Hi everyone, welcome to Vedic Astrology Study Podcasts. Through this medium, I cover a breadth of some basic principles and analysis of the beautiful ancient science of Jyotish, gifted to humanity by wise ancient seers of India. Typically, there are playlists of different kinds with case studies to have a practical grounding of those principles. In this series, which will become a part of the Panchanga playlist, I am covering the science of Muhurta, or the timing of events, activities, dietary control, tuning your attitude to any given day of the month, since this is a lunar calendar. As per Vedic astrology, the human being should regulate their daily activities in alignment with the lunar cycle and the corresponding tithi of the day. You might say this is the beginning of the use of science of Jyotish consciously, with awareness and in full view of self and this space-time reality we find ourselves in. Since this deals with your everyday cycle of energies that each of us deals with on a daily basis, it's a good beginning point to start Jyotish with Panchanga study first, before you get to the charts part. If you do not know what your current tithi is, where you are on the planet, you can download the Jyotish app, which is indicated on the slide with its logo on Android or iPhone store. Download it, set its location to wherever you are on the planet. Then click on Muhurta and Panchanga part as is shown on the slide, and it will tell you the current Panchanga aspects, the Tithi, the Vara, the Karana, Yoga and Nakshatra, which is typically where moon is transiting over. Then use these series as a study material to guide your daily activities, diet, attitude for any given day. The way I shall cover each tithi here begins with the element and deity, followed by the energy of the day, what to do, what to avoid, suggested mindset, elementary, dietary consideration, and the content is covered both for Shukla Paksha and Krishna Paksha tithis. For the basics of this, see the previous tithi videos in this playlist. Let's get started. Now we come to Dvitiya, or the second part of the cycle, as shown in the pie chart over there. Okay, so the top part, as you can see, is the Shukla Paksha because it is going towards the waxing side, and the other one is Krishna Paksha going towards the waning side or the new moon. Let me read you some general notes and then we can get to specifics here. Dvitiya. What is the energy of Dvitiya? Energetic quality. Dvitiya is a Bhadra Tithi associated with earth element and stability. It carries the energy of cooperation and duality. Number 2, do the numerology also here if you wish. A day for good partnerships in practical matters. Think even Taurus. The presiding deity is Vidhata, form of Vishnu or Brahma as the ordainer of creation. These are energies of creation, folks. It is traditionally seen as ideal tithi to start new ventures. The Ashwini Kumars, or the divine twin physicians, think Ashwini Nakshatra for example, were born on this tithi, infusing it with healing and supportive vibrations. Overall, Dvitiya's energy is grounded, supportive and growth oriented. Recommended activities are beginning new projects or ventures. Dvitiya is considered to be auspicious for inaugurating projects, business or studies. It is literally recommended as an ideal tithi to start new ventures, quote unquote. Education and arts. This is a great day to begin music or art lessons or any learning endeavor. The stable energy supports steady growth of skills. Foundation laying. In Muhurta, Dvitiya is favorable for laying foundations, whether literally or for construction, or metaphorically for starting a new job or career. It's often chosen for starting construction of homes or other buildings, Vastu related work. If you don't know what Vastu Shastra is, you can Google it and check. The Indian science of aligning your home in your workspaces, all kinds of human living spaces according to the principles there. Marriage and social occasions. Weddings and engagements can be performed on Dvitiya if for other chart factors align. You have to consider other chart factors, okay? And it's considered auspicious for harmonizing relationships. Family get-togethers and strengthening bonds like Bhai Dooj, which is celebrated in the north of India. Sibling bonding is observed on Kartik Shukla Dvitiya. Travel and moving, good for short trips, moving into new residence, Griha Pravesh, As the day's steady energy bodes well for a smooth transition, activities to avoid. There are a few taboos on Dvitiya, but one classical injunction is to avoid oiling the head or body on this day. Why? Oil stands for Saturn, isn't it? That's the element. You can go through the Saturn part in this channel. So oil, if you put, it slows down things. In other words, skip heavy oil massages, applying oil to the hair on Dvitiya. Don't add Saturn to it. Traditional lore suggests it may invite bad luck or health issues. Similarly, heavy oil-based tasks like lubricating machinery are sometimes postponed. Other than that, Dvitiya is broadly auspicious. Just ensure normal prudence, avoiding signing important contracts if Dvitiya coincides with inauspicious weekday. Like if Dvitiya falls on a Saturday, don't do it. Also, given the day's bias for positive beginnings, one might avoid confrontations or legal battles. Don't go to court on this day. Okay, avoid confrontations with your boss or any kind of strife, because this is a constructive energy. Dvitiya is not bad per se. Energy is good for building rather than destroying something. Suggested mindset, cooperation and balance. Embrace a harmonious, nurturing attitude with Dvitiya's earth element, encourages being grounded and practical. Work with others. It's a good day to form partnerships, resolve issues with closed ones. Cultivate patience. Number 2, energy supports teamwork rather than individual glory. A healing mindset is also beneficial since Ashwin Kumars, the rulers of Ashwini Nakshatra, influence this city. Focusing on health, helping others and doing charitable acts feels natural. Stay optimistic and balanced, as this day can amplify what you start. So start with positivity. Coming to diet now. Regarding the Ayurvedic science, Dvitiya's energy being earthy and stable means you can enjoy nourishing foods that ground you, like whole grains, root vegetables, balanced meals. Support the stable expansion of this energy of the day. If you are initiating health routines, consider starting a wholesome diet today. Avoid excessive oils or fried foods on this day. Interestingly, just as oiling externally is also discouraged. Don't bring Saturn when you are starting new stuff. Oil is Saturn. Instead, use moderate amounts of healthy fats, ghee or olive oil, and opt for easily digestible preparations. This can help maintain a clear, steady mind. Prevent lethargy. That's why I prevent that oil, okay? Saturn is lethargy, Saturn is oil. So don't use that on this day. Hydrating with herbal teas or warm water with a pinch of lemon can keep your system clear. So many videos on everywhere in social media about this, isn't it? Clearing stuff, having light foods and so on, according to culture. Overall, eat for strength and balance. Neither feasting nor fasting is specifically prescribed on this day for this Tithi. Now let's get into specifics. On the Krishna Dvitiya, as you can see in the pie chart, now we have gone second day towards the waning cycle. Although it is the waning cycle, you can see more of illumination of the moon. Therefore, there is more energy available. Okay? So, contrast to Shukla Dvitiya, Krishna Dvitiya is more productive, isn't it? It's not always that which day is not productive. It will happen once a month. What's the energy of the day? Earth energy, tuned inward, reflective, measuring what endures. Although it is good for doing something more outward than inward, like the Shukla Dvitiya. Suitable for karmic balancing, settling disputes, restoring harmony. Remember, the moon is a very harmonious energy, very calming energy, and you have pretty much good illumination on that day. It is just a second day after the full moon. What to do? Meditation, reconciliation, debt payment, ancestral honoring, something which you have forgotten in the modern civilization. Vedic traditions and all indigenous traditions taught ancestral honoring. You want the maximum power in your life? Give thanks to your ancestors. Doesn't matter which part of the world you live in. Offer water to Tulsi or to plants. The ancestral energy will listen. Look at the sun. Do some sun gazing. Ancestral energy will listen. whatever body and mind you have now is the result of all the toil and all the energy of your ancestors, isn't it? You're not plucked out of a tree, for God's sake. Grounding practices, gardening, mindful housework, slow yoga will help. Writing out goals with realistic timelines will help. Planning, this is the planning phase. What to avoid on this day? Starting new ventures that need aggressive momentum. This is not a time for aggression, that will come later. Overeating or lethargy that leads to stagnation. Again, when the moon energy is this bright, okay, you can do something, but do not do something with an aggressive momentum. Over-analyzing past mistakes, something that people do all the time and something that the social media things promote, isn't it? Too much of over-analyzing all the kind of mistakes that you have done, and you sit and need to clear this, that and the other and God knows what. It has nothing to do with that. That's just your mental game. So don't overanalyze your past mistakes. Go towards balance, restoration. Find the center, find the breathing, do some yoga, exercises in breathing yoga, do some mudras and sit in some position and let things sink in. Suggested mindset, acceptance, reconciliation, humility before destiny. Isn't that a big one right there? People don't have this. Too much of arrogance, too much of camera everywhere. This is one reason why I don't put my camera sticking into my face. I don't like to talk to a camera. I'd rather talk to a living human being. Treat today as a day for quiet corrections rather than bold assertions. Important. Respect the limits of what is possible. Measure twice, cut once. Everything is a measured mindset still on the Dvitiya. Diet, light earthly meals like millets, root soups and steamed greens. See, there's no oil there again. Become lighter. Oil gives that heaviness. No fried stuff. Favor balanced taste, slightly bitter and astringent to clear the heaviness. You got lots of fruits and vegetables which is used in the Vedic tradition. You can Google it and check what classifies in this particular thing. The Western civilizations had not had the good opportunity for all of this simply because the climate of the geography was bad. In India being a tropical country, all these things grew and the ancients figured out the wisdom of how to use this. So check the Vedic tradition for all of this. Avoid overeating in grains and dairy to keep it moderate and digestible. That's the Dvitiya on the Krishna side, on the waning side, highlighted there. Remember, it's a Bhadra Tithi. So stability, practicality, cooperation and balanced outcomes is highlighted and supported. Now let's go to Tritiya.